Hello everyone, Yukihuman here. As I found making a complete video of how to recognize the layout in Campaign is pretty painful, and I just want to study all the layout instead of pointing out those easy layout. So I have decided to make the video part by part, so that making these videos doesn't make me become too toxic. In this video, I'll include Clearfell to Cemetery of the Eternals. The next part will be the rest of Act 1. I have also put down the Excel file to let you know the process, hypothesis and some screen captures that I made while the investigation just for clarity. I'll include at least 5 walkthroughs for each layout in this video as well to let you know how I find and define those layouts. Because only by reading the rules, it might not help you to understand why I'm walking like this, so watching the walkthrough might help you to understand the layout more. Let's start with the easiest one, Clearfell, which I believe is a fixed layout that always have the same location of the 4 objects. Grelwood in trace, waypoint, boss, abandoned stash with checkpoint. The Grelwood is always located at the top right corner, the boss is always located on the left of Grelwood entrance, and the waypoint is always located before the mud road, and at the mid-right of the map. So after going out from the encampment, walk to knee, then you should see the waypoint, keep walking then you can see the Grelwood, walk W to find the boss. The next one is Grelwood, a large map but has a certain pattern. There are 5 objects in this map, Red Vale, Grim Tangle, Waypoint, Arian's Hut, Moving Bramble, that except Red Vale, those 4 objects are forming a rectangle or a diamond. Rule 1, Moving Bramble is always located next to the Red Vale. Rule 2, always go straight to NESW after exiting your entrance and before finding the first object. Rule 3, after finding the first object, going to NE, SE, SW, NW should be easier to locate the next object. Rule 4. When you walk to a dead end, move around to look for the object instead of going to another direction. We have 2 types of layout in Grelwood, a wide horizontal shape and tall vertical shape, but the general rules still apply to these 2 shapes, just some angel rotation is needed. If you can't directly go to the west or east from the entrance, then it is a vertical map, just to straight to north or south depending on your entrance. Arian's Hut is always located next to the entrance. If you find it, then follow Rule 3 to find the next object. If you can't find Arian's Hut, don't worry, keep walking until you find your first object, then move incline to where you come from to find the next object. When you find the next object, imagine a diamond or rectangle base on location you found to locate the rest of the objects. For example, your entrance is located at east, you walk to the west, can't find hut, keep walking and you see an object, move to knee or SE to find the next object. After finding the next object on knee, move S to find the next object. Since hut is always located next to Clearfell entrance, so the next valid object will be located on the south. You can choose to teleport to the west and walk SC to the final object too, but the actual distance depends on the layout so it might not save you time. Found Moving Bramble on the south, then walk around to find a wall with a lot of rocks, that's the Red Vale. The next map is Red Vale, which is a toxic layout that I can't really find a consistent pattern that can be applied to all layouts. What I found is that there are two types of layout, the obelisk forming a straight line, or forming an acute triangle. How I think we should define if it is straight line or triangle layout is to observe the landscape after walking out from the waypoint. If you see a small square surrounded by river, then it is a triangle layout. If you see no river blocking, it is a straight line layout. For straight line layout, always move NESW. For triangle layout, always move NE, SE, SW, NW. Also, observe where to river flows from. Following the direction of upstream can often find you an obelisk. Only general rules but no consistent method to find the obelisk in so far. Maybe consider farming some level in this area XDD. I think this might be intended to let you farm more mobs to avoid under level in some certain areas, but who knows Keckle? Maybe I'm just not smart enough to figure it out. The next map is Grim Tangle, a pretty easy layout that has two main map shape. Again, you don't say, vertical and horizontal. The vertical shape should be the majority, always go up. If you find a dead end, go left to find a way up. Never go to the right unless you find both dead end by going up and left. After going to the right, find a way up. If you keep walking to a dead end by going up, then it should be a horizontal shape. Then you should keep going left, then up to find the exit. If you see the boss checkpoint, go away and find another path, as the boss arena will always have two exits, which one of them is facing to the exit. Before the exit, you should see some coffins, which means it is the correct path, but it basically only appears when you are extremely close to the exit. The next map is Cemetery of the Eternals, similar to Red Vale that doesn't have a consistent method, but following general rules should let you find the exit easier. Rule 1. Always check both sides of the waypoint by going left and right. Rule 2. If you see a building that has a statue on top of it, it should be the tomb of Consort, check before you go away. Rules 3. If you see over 2 buildings around, check before you go away. It is highly the tomb of Praetor. However, Rule 3 is not 100% consistent. In some cases there's no buildings around the tomb of Praetor, so this is just a general tip rather than an actual rule. I have tried to investigate the objects around the waypoint or the landscape but doesn't have any solid conclusions so far. But I found that there are some patterns of the maps, so memorizing all the pattern might help, but I'm not going to capture every single one of them. Generally speaking, check both sides of the waypoint, then go straight from the gate. This should always at least find you one tomb, then good luck searching the next one. The next map is the Tomb of the Consort. I don't have a method that can let you directly run to the boss arena but can at least save you some time. When you enter the room, observe where the small room pointing at. Always go to the direction that it is pointing at. For example, if it is pointing at knee, then always go to knee, but when you find a dead end, go NW until you can find a way to knee. Go to SW when you find dead end by going to NW and knee. One rare exception is that there is a center boss room map shape, where I think it can be observed by looking at the corner when you walk to the end after coming out from the first forked road. When you see this, go back to another direction, go NW or SE then go to the direction where the small room is pointing at. For example, the small room is pointing at SW, you go to SW for the first time, found the square area, then you go back to knee, then go to NW until you find a way to SW. The next map is the Mausoleum of the Praetor, again not that consistent but the method should let you consistently bypass at least 1/3 to half of the map. General rule, always find the center tomb as it can help you to recognize the next direction you need to go. After finding the tomb, depends on your entrance, find the dead end right after the tomb and start finding the direction that it is located when compared to your entrance. For example, your entrance is located at SE, go NW to try to find the tomb. You find the tomb, draw a line from your waypoint towards NW to see if it locates at the SW or knee. If it locates at the knee, walk a little step to NW, then find a way to knee. If you find dead end by doing this, observe the landscape to see if you face the wall of the arena. That's it of my first half of the Act 1 geographic video. Hope it helps you to save some time while making new characters. I'll try to make the second half as soon as I can. As always, comment if you find any troubles with my method, and more importantly,